best barrers the UK scene has ever
I thought you were going to say ballers.
I haven't seen you play ball yet. So, boy, he was one of probably part of the best collectives the UK has ever seen. We have Scorcher in the building.
But man, so you can go to North, you know.
What a pleasure it
Game of
is to
Thrones
have
thing.
you. Thank you for coming down. And yeah, man, you seem like you're a baller. Talk, you know, what position did you play first and foremost?
Wait, do you think you're the best MC baller in North?
In North?
Alright, what, in London?
Who else is who's even in North?
You got, you got your boy Terminator.
He's the only one, and that's my, like, you get me? He's the only one.
Cool. What, so there's no one that...
There's no one, what,
That I care about.
Yeah.
Swear!
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen. When you see Chip, ask Chip.
See, hey.
Hey, see Chip, you're my guy. I like you, but ask Chip innit. Say, hey, Chip, you or Schools?
That's it.
Hey, we have to ask Carlos.
That's it.
Don't, hey, I'll run him ragged.
What position?
Did you play?
Like DM. But really, I can play. I should be a centre back.
Who do you mould your game under? So if there's a footballer in like on TV, whatever. Busquets.
Whoa. Wait, do you know what's so mad? Yeah, because I remember meeting.
But man's more physical though.
The maddest thing is I remember meeting you one time back in Flat 10, and you was talking about Tom Hoddesdon.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I remember-
biggest tech man.
I remember that.
The tech is mad.
Yeah.
He's got the most tech ever.
Left foot, right foot.
Left foot, right
Range
foot.
of passing.
What do you want? You want him to cut across it? Do you want backspin on it? Bro, when he passes the ball to man, it comes like in a little box.
Yeah, I get you.
On a red carpet. It's mad, fam.
I remember that. I will never forget that when he was talking about Thomason, the way he was like, how right foot, left foot, you know, even if it's windy, you can still give you a ball. I remember you saying that when I met you one
Beautiful,
time.
man.
Boy. But yeah, this is a football podcast. We're gonna get into all the music and all of that. But let's just start off with football. What's your journey with football like? How did football become like one of your passions? Because we see you like on social media, you're passionate. We're gonna get into Tottenham as well. We're gonna get into Spurs. But like, what was your earliest memory of like football?
Yeah. What was your first memory?
First memory might be like maybe like 1990 World Cup.
Okay.
I don't really remember it though, but I know, like I remember that was like a thing, like in my yard. That I remember it. I remember the kit colours and that. Was that the one? Was that the one when they had what was it?
Italian 90.
Was that in?
That Taffarel on the wall and that, like, you know when they had the adverts where they projected it on the wall and that.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was 90 or 94, but yeah. Like,
Was that the year of that Badger and them man there?
Been around.
Franco Baresi.
Brazy's the best.
TJ came with the names.
But really, I think my first proper love was like AC Milan. Like, obviously I'm brought up as a Tottenham fan, but my first was like Milan. Like, you had like Hulle and Rijkaard and Baresi. Like, their team was just too, like, it was just too mad for me. Like, I couldn't hack it. Like, it was sick. Baresi was like my favourite player, and I was a little boy, but I don't know why this old centre back was like my favourite player. Like, but yeah, that was my first.
That's mad. And Tottenham, like, talk to me about Tottenham, because you're from North London.
You know,
Arsenal was probably the bigger team at the time, but you chose Spurs.
Nah, but we don't. we don't see, like, in man's zone and that. We don't grow like that. We don't just follow what's. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, my whole family. Like, forget what everyone else is. Whether that Arsenal was big or whatever. That was air. Like, my whole family are from Tottenham.
Yeah.
My whole family support Tottenham. Like, it's that simple.
So
like,
you're Tottenham from birth.
there was no other, like, I didn't even, do you know how sick it is? I remember in school and that, when people used to change teams. So like,
Yeah, but you're allowed to do that when you're in school, innit? You're a kid.
Nah, I didn't know that. I was back. I was like, raw, like, you can just change.
can't lie.
That was mad to me.
I was an Arsenal supporter in year 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coming out now.
That was true. I was an Arsenal supporter in year 2.
That's rage.
I can't lie. But obviously, my best friend at the time, he fell out. I was at 6 then or 7. Fell out, so I just switched teams,
He
man.
said United.
Yeah, man.
That's mad.
Sorry, man.
See, like when I say like everyone, like, I mean like my mum,
Yeah.
my dad, both my granddads,
Yeah.
my grandma, my uncles,
Yeah.
aunts, my sister, my son.
Wait, what if your son says, Dad, I want to support Arsenal?
Yeah, he can do what he wants. He's up to him. But he's not built like that.
It's the blood, yeah.
I don't. Like, it's so mad. I don't need to I ain't made him support
He
Tottenham.
just knows.
He's been going games from from free.
Yeah, but that's because of obviously you've taken him to games.
You know,
so
it's
he probably just follows you.
Man open the door, innit?
Yeah.
So if you want to walk through it,
Yeah.
that's up to you. Like I
Okay.
spent some time away and whatever.
Yeah.
Like I never taught my son like raw. I never taught my son you mustn't like Arsenal or
Okay.
you mustn't like. I ain't taught him.
He just knows.
dislike. I ain't taught him dislike. All he knows from me
Yeah.
is love of Tottenham.
Yeah.
Anyway, I come home and we gone cinema.
Yeah.
First day. Me, him and sister, my cousins, whatever, boom. And like the woman's asking him, do you want a red slush puppy or blue slush puppy? So I'm oblivious. I'm like, boom. He's like, you don't like red. But I'm not getting it. Like, it's gone over my head. Like, he's like, we don't like red. He's like, we don't like red. So I'm like, what? Like, what? Like,
Wait, how old is your son?
he's 7 now.
So then when did he say this?
He was 6.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Loyalty.
So he's like, we don't like red. So I'm like, huh? Like, so he was like, we don't like red, do we, Dad? I was like, okay. Like, my thing is, I'm not gonna say no. Like, so I'm like,
He's cripping.
okay. So I'm like, yeah, we don't like red. Why don't we like red? She's like, red's for Arsenal. I was like, okay.
His Scorcher's heart, he was like, yes.
You get me? So I was like, yeah, we'll get a blue slush puppy.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
That's real.
But he developed that on his own. Like, I don't know. I don't even see me. Like, I'm not even really like. I'm not even someone that, you know, like you get man that hate. I don't hate like Arsenal. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, man will say to me, oh, you're not a real Spurs fan because you don't hate Arsenal. I don't care what another man thinks. I go to my games. I supported Tottenham when I didn't know no other Tottenham fans. There weren't, when it was like Andy Sinton and David Ginola and Anderton and them man there, I couldn't see none of these other Tottenham fans. So no one can't tell me. You get me? But yeah, I don't even really hate Arsenal. Like, I don't really hate other teams.
So how do you feel about the current situation at Tottenham? How do you think that's going at the minute with having Mourinho in and Poch going?
Like, obviously it was I had to set my drink to say this. It was
your
like,
thing, man.
like Poch, like what Poch did for Tottenham was like it was like a brilliant time, and I feel like what he done was, most importantly, what he did was he helped elevate the stature of the club.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of whether we finish in the top 4, out of the top 4, we in ourselves believe that we are a top 4 club.
Yeah.
Whereas we're not just like I don't feel before that there was like genuine like disappointment at not being in the top 4. Like, it wasn't like it was like, oh, we didn't get top 4. Like, you know, like, if we get top, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, like, now it's like, raw.
We might not
Man
make
ain't
top
got
4.
top. What? Like, what?
Yeah.
This is mad.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
The whole, bro, like, and I feel like Poch, like, he gave us a different level of ambition.
Do you think he hit a glass ceiling? Do you think it was his time to actually go, or do you think Levy should have given him more time to expand with the new stadium?
Nah, I definitely think it run its course.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with football, like there's windows, like there's windows of when things are right and like when there's ideal times to move on, and often you see like when people don't move or things don't change after those windows. I feel like the sweet window is like around about 3 years, 4 years at a push. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes managers hit it lucky and they get it right from 2 years.
Yeah.
But I tend to think people that get it right so quick fade out earlier.
Yeah.
Like Jose will come in, big impact,
Win a
in
cup.
a short space of time,
And then
it
will
burns
die out.
Yeah.
Klopp is a builder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I look at like I feel like the Spurs thing, like it reached this level. Like you got to remember, it's a set players that he's had with him throughout the majority of that time. And regardless, like it's like you and your gal might be there for years and everything's crisp, but sometimes you're hearing the same voice. Sometimes it's not even a case of like you're hearing bad shouts. The shouts might be good shouts, but it's like I already knew you was gonna say that. And it's like how much, like I just feel sometimes that like things need to change. Like you look at like Atletico, we know that's a great squad, great manager, but I feel like
They've hit that ceiling.
they've run its course.
Yeah.
And I used to look at Tottenham, like people used to think I was weird, but I used to say Spurs are kind of like Premier League's Atletico to me. How I used to look at it.
That's a good comparison.
Spurs is really like things like Atletico. Like you can't like before you used to could just take their big players. Now they let their big players go when it suits them.
Yeah.
And it benefits the club. If they choose to do so, they're a stable club. They got a philosophy that everyone buys into, and they pretty much exceed expectations every season. That's how I used to look at Atletico and Spurs, and I feel like both teams kind of ran their course. Like the players can only be enthusiastic about doing the same thing. How many years?
I get you. So like with like José Mourinho coming in and kind of like breathing a new life of fresh air, how do you think as a supporter that's gonna encourage the players and fans also?
I don't know.
I think Jose is a serial winner. He'll win cups. That alone. He's won cups. You're getting a manager that's won cups coming into your team.
Because that's what you are, because you lot are missing
Cups. That's it.
Because like with, even though you lot do have the big trophy, stadium, sorry.
Trophy.
That's true. Also, you lot have the new stadium, and you lot do need to like produce something. So do you believe that Jose is gonna bring a cup at least?
Yeah, like I'll be honest. I look at Jose, and I just think to myself, like I don't expect Jose to do anything other than what I've already seen him do.
Okay.
And
Facts.
all I've seen him do is win things. I'm not saying he's going to win the biggest trophies. I'm not saying he's going to win them all the time. But I feel like it will be bizarre for Jose not to win.
Yeah.
Like you look at every single club he's been at, wherever they can compete. So if that means they can't compete for the Champions League.
Yeah.
He'll find somewhere else to compete. Like every club has a wheelhouse where there's the most opportunity for them to be successful. Whether that's the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Europa League, whatever it may be. Like I feel like he will pick his target and aim for it, because I feel like one thing I think is slightly misconstrued. Is Jose Mourinho is a super proud man. And part of his identity of how he sees himself is as a serial winner.
Yeah.
The moment that stops being true, he's no longer Jose Mourinho. He himself doesn't look at himself like that, and I can't see why he would come to Tottenham.
If he believes he couldn't win no trophies,
I don't think he would.
He wouldn't have
No,
come.
I feel like
come.
he can do a job at Tottenham, but I just feel like he needs to be backed, number one. And you guys need to sort out, like, I feel like a lot of your players are underpaid. I feel like Eriksen being on 75k, that is a joke.
Criminal. That's criminal, isn't it?
But isn't he gone now?
Yeah.
Inter don't
Personally,
wanna
I
pay
think
up.
that he's got Inter. Inter's building a madness, you know.
Shout out Conte.
Inter are building a
Hey, Ashley Young got an assist.
Is it?
Yeah.
But you wanna know the difference though. if Juve go and get a proper manager, game change. Like see Inter.
Yeah.
Inter doing deals, good deals.
Yeah.
You see Juve, when Juve come, it's not like they can choose to do deals if they choose to, but they can also sign. Like not deals, like sign the lift. Inter can't sign the lift.
I get you.
Try to know that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Inter can't come to you and say, right, you know what? The Ligt.
Yeah.
They can't. I don't personally. I don't even rate the Ligt, but he was highly rated in it. But
Yeah.
I know they're not competing in that same.
But you
like
know-
all of these players that are coming up on Inter's radar
Yeah.
are all players that would have come up on Juventus's radar, and they said, "Nah, we'll pass." If they wanted, there wouldn't even be a conversation.
This is a Man City Liverpool thing. There's a lot of players that City were able to that go to City, that City will cop like that. But then there's players that Liverpool signed there that have been game changers that Man City would have had the option of signing, but they said nah. So I feel like Inter, boy, they're building a team, because even if you look at the nature of the players that they're signing, they're utility players that are passionate, kind of do their thing. Even passionate. Example,
Christian
actually,
Eriksen, you sure?
No.
That's
But think about Eriksen.
He
No,
ain't been passionate.
because
He
he's been
ain't
on
passionate since
75k.
Moussa
That's
Dembele.
top bias.
He's been on
I'm telling you the
75k
truth.
when Ndombele is coming and getting 220 k a
Think
week.
about it, exactly. Nobody comes, gets 200k.
No, no,
Come on, how do you expect me to come and play?
And I'm on 75k.
Come on.
He's
Come
been on
on.
the way out. Like not Ndombele. I said he hasn't been passionate since Dembele left.
Okay.
I've been saying this about Christian Eriksen
Yeah.
like before I went to jail.
Yeah.
Brother, that was time ago. That was a long time ago, fam. Like, but I hear what you're saying.
Do you
Passionate man. What you describe Lukaku as passionate?
Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah.
Lukaku as passionate.
Not
Bro,
passionate,
unless you're talking about Rajanine Golan, I don't see none of this passion you're talking about. Ashley Young passionate, don't see it.
I'll see it, man. I'll see it
Actually,
because
no,
no
passionate
passion. No,
Spurs team.
I don't think there's any.
No, there's no one passionate player in your.
I
in your
look at
team.
Spurs. Yeah, I think to myself, right, Harry Kane's passionate.
Yeah, Kane. I'll give it to Kane.
Eric Lamella's passionate. How effective is that? But I do believe he's passionate. Yeah, Son's passionate, but I don't feel like Son's passionate
Actually,
for
do you
Tottenham.
know-
I think he's just a serious man.
Do you know who I
Yeah.
think? Do you know who I think it's passionate for you lot? Lucas Moura.
I just think he just is on his. I don't see him like Tottenham passionate. Like you see, like Moussa Dembele,
Yeah.
Tottenham passionate.
Yeah.
You get me? There was a time when Danny Rose was passionate.
Yes.
What happened to
No.
What happened to Danny Rose anyway?
No, he's fed up. No, he's fed up. He's fed up.
had
Man. He's
enough.
fed up. He's had enough. He's had enough.
But there's
Had enough.
there's other things as well. Like there's other things that play with Danny Rose.
Yeah.
Like you know, Danny Rose came out and was talking about mental
Health.
health and all of
yeah,
these. So when all of these factors come and you know, there's stuff at play that is beyond football.
Like, what do you think about mental health in football before we get back to Spurs and the team?
Like, I wouldn't know what to say. Like, I feel like with this whole mental health awareness and journey that we're on right now, we're learning new things every single day. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to have a well-rounded opinion unless you're it's stuff that you've gone through. Obviously, loads of people do have an opinion. Me personally, I just think at this moment in time, I'm not knowledgeable enough to have too much. of an
Personally,
opinion.
I think they should have like people to talk to, like doctors and stuff. Maybe once a month. Because you think about social media, players are getting it, they're getting cussed, their mums are getting cussed, the fans on the terrace, they're getting cussed. That could affect you. That could affect you differently.
But I also do think, like, as much as it might sound like a harsh thing to say, like,
They're getting paid a lot.
I feel like it comes with the money. And I tell you what, I can't feel sorry for someone that's made that choice. There's no gun to no one's head. Like, unless you're in a scenario where your dad has forced you to play football and you just happen to be so good and so professional, you've gone through all the levels and ended up at the highest level and you didn't want to be there, which I don't really see. For the most part, I don't really know many footballers. I know footballers that wanted to be footballers and their parents pushed them.
Yeah.
But that don't want to do this are doing this and they don't want to do this. There's not many, in my belief. So it's like, once you make that choice, you know what comes with it.
You said you know players that wanted to be footballers. Did you ever want to be a footballer yourself?
Nah, I didn't start playing football till like, I was like, I don't know, like 25 or something.
Swear.
Yeah.
Swear. And you're the best.
I started.
Wait, you're right. Wait.
Maybe like maybe
Scorcher, you didn't start kicking ball till 25.
Maybe like 24.
And you've come to say you're the best.
No, I never said I was the best.
Okay, best MC. The best MC.
Best MC.
I don't know. I might not be the best MC, but I know my thing. Like, man won't tell you that they kick ball with me and I'm dead. That's not happening.
No, that's cool.
Especially MCs.
Yeah.
You got mad.
Talking about MCs, obviously Terminator being your one of your friends, he was a professional footballer. How good was he? And like, how good? You know, I didn't really get to see him play, but
Same.
how good was he? Like,
Exceptional.
Swear. Are you being biased because he's your friend, or was he?
Nah, like exceptional.
Yeah.
So then,
what was he really good?
But he got better when he stopped playing football. He got better.
No pressure, innit?
so then, like, why did he walk away from football? Or
Like, I think like money and discipline, all these kind of things. That he was.
Discipline's a big one.
He was doing whatever he was doing, like,
yeah.
and these things were impacting his football career, like, so that's not really my place.
Definitely.
But yeah, like,
it was good,
because when he kind of stopped playing football, like as a job or whatever, like then man was just playing football purely for passion.
Yeah.
And what was mad is like in our ends, it's kind of like a footballing culture. So like we all link up all summer,
Kickball.
5 days, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, like loads of different people, pros, Premier League man, Championship man, League One, semi-pro,
That must be so light.
all different man.
My goodness.
So we used to link up. This is how I started playing football. We used to all link up, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Sunday used to just do keep ball. That's it. No goals, no nothing.
Sick.
Loads of man. So you have like
Techers in that session must be insane.
so that was like I got like the fast track was mad.
Yeah.
Like, but I only got bust because like a couple of my brethrens that I got clout.
Yeah.
Because it's like an invite only thing. You got pro man, like man ain't trying to kick ball with random people and get some mad injury. So it's like all man that are this is their job kind of thing. And it was sick, like I just got some mad fast track. And
Do you still kick ball now?
yeah. Well, not at the moment, I'm injured.
Oh, what happened? What did you do?
You mentioned that.
I ruptured my ACL and tore my MCL at the same time.
So I'm sure you need a operation because I tore my ACL when
I'm trying to dodge it.
No, trust me, do it. Yeah, do it.
Nah, if I could get it now, but you know, it's
I can
just
see it.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Trust me, get that operation, bro. If you want to kick ball, trust me.
need that.
Before they get rid of the NHS, you know.
Trust me. Run that.
That was.
We.